You're welcome to the Racing Post studios here and the Ladbrokes sponsored What's the Word Sunday edition today. Hope you got to bed at some stage after the glory and the victories for Del Mar in the Breeders' Cup. We have an interesting day's Irish racing, the last day of the flat season at Naas, and I'm hoping that Brendan Duke and Hayley O'Connor will have a sneaky one to get out on. And of course we have a great card at Down Under in Cork. And we're going to feature two races in Cork. We're going to start with the 240. This is the Paddy Power Track My Bet EBF Novice Steeplechase, a Grade 3 over 2.5 miles. Death Duty was penciled in as a 1-3 favourite for this, but doesn't run. Jury Duty represents the same team, Elliott, Russell and Gigginstown. What takes your fancy here in this novice chase?
I'm disappointed that Death Duty isn't going to run, but I'm sure we're going to see more magic from him later on in the season. Bamako Mouvier, he redeemed himself with me because obviously he had trouble staying upright. He was quite inconsistent in that respect, but I just thought he was very, very good beating Tombstone last time. So for that reason, I'm going to give him another chance, but I'm not going to go all in.
I'm surprised. I would have thought Jesse's Woodland Opera at fours-ish would suit.
Yeah, I mean, I think Woodland Opera is
Has the horse disappointed a little bit?
He put in some excellent performances last season, and I think Jessie said in her Racing Post stable tour the other day that she doesn't, in terms of his peak level, she's not quite sure. So this will be an interesting test for him.
Okay, some of these, Brendan, are on their seasonal debut, so you know they probably will improve for the run. What do you like?
I thought I just favoured Jury Duty. There was very little between. I think there was only a pound between Bamako and Jury Duty over hurdle, so they're basically the same horse. Hayley makes a fair point about Bamako's jumping, improving, but Jury Duty was basically faultless on his debut, and I think he might just be able to sit in behind Bamako and do him for a bit of toe later on.
And anything at a bigger price catch your eye?
No, I thought you made a fair point. But both of those have had a run, which will stand to them, and I'd be surprised if one of them doesn't win.
Yeah, Ice Cold Soul won a big handicap hurdle last season, and Mead's horses are well at fives. No?
Yeah, it looks a bit short still. I mean, I think he won that hurdle off mid 120s.
Yeah.
It was a good effort, but still to get up to these mid 140 horses, I think he's up in he ended up in the 130s, but he'd still have to improve for fencing, and he hasn't had the run.
Okay, our panel says it's a two-horse race, Bamako Mouvier and Jury Duty. If you like Elliott, like Willie Munns, take your pick. Let's move on to a really, really competitive Cork Grand National over a slog over 3 miles, 4 furlongs. The favourite here is a dark horse. Dark horse in every sense. 3-1, 11-4 Racing Pulse. After what happened with Total Recall in the Limerick National, you really don't know what to make of this. This horse was in the UK. I know very little about the horse. Mysterious owner. Tell us what you know about Racing Pulse.
Well, I think he's been under the tutelage of Rebecca Curtis, Richard Hobson, and now takes his first run for Willie Mullins. And of course, he is owned by the mogul that works in the Racing Post, Paul Byrne. So
I've heard other terms used other than mogul, but carry on.
But if Racing Post is a dark horse, Paul Byrne's even darker. But anyway, let's see how the market reacts. Who's going to get madly stuck into a 4-1 favourite in this type of race when there's others with genuine, really proven form?
Such as?
Well, a Sizing Network. I mean, he jumps really well. He's copped onto himself. Finally, the penny's dropped, and Puppy Power says that his jumping has become really good. And Jesse says he's going to stay all day. So that's sort of what you want. You probably are going to talk about Oakhurst or whatever you say, because you made a little bit of a boo on him.
Oakhurst, yeah.
Yes.
I notice how he's very quick to point out that kind of stuff. But it's interesting when a Jesse horse is tipped by Hayley, I think that's significant, and it's got a racing weight of 10-13.
Yeah.
So definitely that's worth considering. What do you like?
Well, Hayley, of course, getting a retaliation in first, but
Okay.
I did put up Arkrish in the Munster National, and he was surprisingly weak in the betting because, I don't know, do you remember in Listowel, he was very unlucky not to win the National down in Listowel, but he was surprisingly weak in the betting, and he did take a pretty bad fall, so I'm concerned about that, but still, the memory of Listowel lingers, and I'd probably take a chance on him, but obvious caveats about this Racing Pulse could be thrown in.
There's so many horses in double-digit figures here that, you know, at their best, you know, you can run this type of race every week and you get a different winner.
Race, yeah.
So is there anyone lurking that you might just say, is it worth an each way thing? Like there's old-timers like Tulsa Jack.
He won it in 2015, didn't he? Yeah.
He's owned by a group of
last year's
politicians. Yeah.
Who are the politicians that own him?
Oh, Brian Cowan and
Oh,
G.V.
yeah,
Wright
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that Grant Alliance syndicate, they own him. So
Would you be tempted to back Tulsa Jack?
No, I don't bet in handicaps too much. I stick to the top
good
races. Okay, let's wrap up on Sunday. Give us your best bet for Sunday, and of course, the conclusion of the flat season at Naas. Tip for your best bet on Sunday?
I'm going to stick with the sizing network, actually.
Okay.
I'll go for Jury Duty in that novice chase.
Okay. Playing it safe there.
It is.
I thought you had something in the last race at Naas for Dermot.
Well, I just give a mention to a very exciting filly, Taco D'Amour. People will have to rack their brains back to basically the start of the flat season, April, over the course. When it was a stunningly impressive performance. She cost 2 million guineas or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Who bought her?
Moigler.
Okay.
It's like pulling teeth with you, Brendan. I mean, like, you have the best bet of the weekend, and I have to drag it out.
Well, obviously there's been issues though. Now Dermot did say he was going to put her away for a back end campaign, but this is taking liberties now, the last day of the season. But she's a filly that looked like she could be top class.
Who's she by?
I hope she's by Galileo.
Okay. So she won't mind the ground, should be.
I think she's by Galileo, but no, he said she wants cut, but she's just one to watch.
Okay. And I'm not giving up on Fabulous Saga. Runs again in Cork. I'm hoping that he'll turn out to be a superstar over Chases eventually. I know Willie thinks a bit of him, and he's been disappointing, but I give him a chance. I hope you've enjoyed What's the Word from the Racing Post, sponsored by Ladbrokes. Happy punting.